Welcome to the Pennsylvania Homecare Coach Channel, where we guide caregivers, providers, and agency owners through the ins and outs of compliant, client-centered home care. Today, we're diving into one of the most important topics in this field: understanding scope of practice. What is it? Why does it matter? And what happens if you go beyond it? Whether you're a direct care worker, a family caregiver, or an agency administrator, understanding your scope of practice could mean the difference between safe care and serious liability. Scope of practice defines the legal and professional boundaries of what you're allowed to do, based on your job title, your training, and your licensure. It answers important questions like, can you give medication? Can you assist with insulin? Can you clip toenails? Can you help with transfers or provide wound care? These boundaries are set by state laws and regulations, dependent on your certification or license, and often tied to whether you're working under the supervision of a nurse or physician. They also determine your liability and accountability. In Pennsylvania, home care workers usually fall into one of the following categories. Direct care workers assist with daily activities like bathing, grooming, and feeding. They may also handle tasks like errands or housekeeping. However, they cannot perform medical tasks unless they're trained and delegated under a nurse-supervised program. Home health aides work under licensed home health agencies. They can help with basic health tasks, but only under nurse supervision. They can remind clients to take medications, but can't give injections. Certified nursing assistants, or CNAs, work under the supervision of a licensed nurse. They can assist with some clinical tasks, but they aren't permitted to make independent decisions. Licensed practical nurses can perform wound care, administer medication, and more, but always under the supervision of a registered nurse. Registered nurses hold full nursing scope. They assess, plan, and supervise care and are responsible for managing service plans for clients in both personal care and home health settings. Let's talk about delegation, a critical part of scope. In Pennsylvania, unlicensed personnel like direct care workers can sometimes perform health-related tasks, but only if the task is delegated by a licensed nurse. That delegation must be safe, appropriate, included in the client's service plan, supervised, and documented. For example, a DCW can help with medication only if a nurse has assessed the client, trained the DCW, and continues active supervision. Let's go over common scope violations, red flags to avoid, giving insulin without being licensed or delegated, administering medications when only trained to remind, performing wound care without nurse approval, using a Hoyer lift or other equipment without proper training. These violations can result in legal liability, job termination, agency license revocation, and, most importantly, harm to the client. So, how do you stay within your scope? Know your job description. If in doubt, ask your supervisor or RN. Keep your training current. Document your care properly, and never do anything you aren't trained or authorized to do. Remember this, just because you can doesn't mean you should. Always act within your training and authority. Here are some valuable resources: the PA Department of Health, PA Department of Human Services, Office of Long-Term Living, the PA Code, Title 28, the Nurse Practice Act, and your own agency's policy and procedure manual. We've also put together helpful tools: a scope of practice cheat sheet, a delegation checklist for DCWs, a roles and responsibilities comparison chart. Scope of practice is about more than rules. It's about quality care and protecting everyone involved. If you learned something new today, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a fellow caregiver.